All right. So people, if you are able to hear me, can you all please confirm using the chat window? Yep. Hello, everyone. So friends, can you, 20 people, would it be possible for me to take all of your introduction? I'm really not sure. But let's see. Anil, Anirudh, Diksha, Gajendra, Anirudh. Someone joined with the name Moto G6. So I request you to just change your name. If I were to refer to your name, I would not like to say Moto, right? So please change your name. Nagarjun, Ramal, Sai Krishna, Sandhya Shankar, Sri Hari, Swastik, Vic. Not sure what VIC is. That your full name? Vikram Singh, Faraz Ahmed, Manat, Ravi. So we have quite a lot of people here. All right. What background are you from? How many of y'all have already undergone data science training through us? Can you all please use the chat window? You might not be able to unmute, but you can certainly use the chat window, friends. Quickly, can you all introduce so that we might get started? Ramil is a fresher. Nagarjuna data science training. Okay. Nagarjuna has undergone data science training. Diksha is a fresher. All right. And let's see. Please, people, everyone, feel free to just quickly introduce. Okay, data science course, but interested in learning. Okay, Shiari. Anirudh, no training, but interested. Ravi is a fresher. Gajendra done with data science experience developer. Anil. Sri Krishna, data science training. Completed my data science course. All right, Jagan. No, little bit of data science is what Reddy says. Okay. Vikram has completed the course. Perfect. All right. The way I see, there are quite a few of y'all who have joined the training. Yeah. Completed data science training. Ramya also. Good. Vikram also completed course. Anyone else? Ramya, Girish also completed it. Okay. Guys, I haven't received response from every one of y'all, but I'm sensing that this is a good start. So we have a right mix of freshers and experienced professionals who have experience in other streams. And we have also a few of the people who are new to this, who want to learn more. Okay, that's a good mix. All right, so let's get started. That's me. And I also enabled my webcam. Okay, you can also see me there. Okay, this is my office. I'm taking the training from here. This is how the training would happen in real world. Okay, I mean, when we start off with the actual classes, I'll be sharing my screen and then I'll be delivering the training, but not now, certainly. I'm an alumnus of Indian School of Business and IIT. I have overall 15 plus years of experience, right? And 8 years out of these 15 years has been into extensive training. I enjoy training. That's my passion. Does that mean I'm a trainer? No, I'm a consultant basically. Okay. So 70% of the time I do projects and 30% of the time I deliver trainings. That is my way of giving it back to the society. All right. I've done all these professional certifications ranging from project management professional until agile certified practitioner, risk management professional. I selected these three because these three I've done from Project Management Institute. I've done my agile project management. Basically, there is an agile methodology called as DSDM Attorn. I've done that. Lean Six Sigma, Green, Black, and Master Black Belt. I've done all three of these. I'm a Tableau certified associate. I've done these bunch of Scrum certifications, and I am a certified auditor alongside having ITIL certification. I've also taken TCSI and ProCert just to test the waters to understand what kind of questions are being asked. These are the various companies I work with. Started off with HSBC, Indian Tobacco Corporation, Infosys, and the last company with which I was employed as an employee was with Deloitte. Now I happen to be the director of 360 Digit MG and INNODATATICS, right? I also happen to be director of XLR Solutions in Hyderabad and in various franchisee locations that we have. We have 30 plus locations, right? Including Mumbai, Pune, Kolkata, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, entire Tamil Nadu basically, and then Bengaluru. In Hyderabad also we have certain franchisee centers. Those have been renamed as Digit MG because we believe it is a digital transformation which is going on. So Digit is digital transformation, management and governance. We want all of our trainings to reflect this. I happen to be a chief data scientist on Athena Technologies, Medlimed, Brontobet Analytics, and Sixbus. I do a lot of consulting work for them. I serve on the board of uh, a lot of these companies. I happen to be a visiting faculty of Watson Business School. Let me discard the changes and let me see if I can pull out something interesting and show you one thing, which is INNODATATICS, right? CIO review, INNODATATICS. For the first stuff, I have this habit of, boasting about myself, sorry. This is unfortunately not working. Let me see this. Okay, there's something wrong, I believe. Last try. Oops, not working. Not sure why it is not working, but yeah, it's coming up here. So we have been rated as the 20 most promising data analytics solution providers by CIO review, basically. And then on Project Management Institute National Conference 2017, we have presented a project and we won the first place in that. Okay. In a rapidly changing world, that's my name basically. And a lot of nice folks have come, so that was a good experience. We have implemented a project and we won the first place for that. There we go, that's me and that's my partner Ram. All right, enough of boasting about my profile, so let's get started. As part of artificial intelligence and deep learning training, we expect you all to have absolutely no knowledge. Half knowledge might be a little dangerous, but having no knowledge is absolutely okay because it is easier to write on a clean slate as opposed to erasing something and then writing it afresh, right? As part of this training, there are no prerequisites. Because we are going to provide you with free Python and R programming training prior to the start of this training. That's number one, right? So there, it will be for roughly 8 hours. So you'll get some hands-on on the programming if you do not know anything. And this programming will start right from the scratch. When I say right from the scratch, we will help you all understand on how to install R and where to install the software R from. We will help you all understand on how to install Python and where to actually install the software. Right from that step, we'll get started. So do not worry if you are not from programming background. This is the first point that I want you to hammer into your brains, right? Second, what if I'm naive to AI and deep learning? What if I do not know anything about data science? What if I do not know anything about machine learning? Please do not worry, because we will look at machine learning primer. This will be for roughly 4 hours, 2 to 4 hours. So we will be going through all the data science concepts right from scratch at a very high level, which is good enough for us to get started, right? We will just get introduced to R, but majority of our programming will be done on Python. Python is extremely good at deep learning. Okay, what is this deep learning all about, right? I'll, I'll explain you all that in a bit, right? You'll also learn about a lot of interesting packages and libraries, which will help you accomplish AI and deep learning algorithms, right? What is a package or a library? Within R, you predominantly call it as a package. Within Python, you predominantly call it as library. This is nothing but collection of program, collection of code, collection of functions, however you want to call it, written by someone else in the past. We are simply going to install the required libraries or packages, and we are going to reuse the code. We are going to reuse the functions. Okay, for that you learn about TensorFlow from Google basically. You learn about MXNet. We will learn about Keras, and we will learn about OpenCV. Very important, right? Computer vision basically. Okay. Rather than walking you guys through why data science has become so popular, let me draw something called as peeling onion, right? Think about this as an onion here. MXNet is a library, Nagarjun. It's a package which has collection of code which has been written by someone else. We will install that and use that to accomplish our deep learning algorithms. So AI is an umbrella. It's like an ocean basically. And to accomplish AI, we basically use data science concepts. Within that, you have something called as data mining. Data mining supervised learning is called as machine learning, predictive modeling, building predictive algorithms. And a lot of models are called as shallow models that you learn. And then you have something called as deep learning. Deep learning is becoming so famous that it's becoming synonymous to the term machine learning. And deep learning algorithms are used to accomplish or build AI applications. And in deep learning, nowadays, when you say deep learning, people by default will assume a name called neural network, right? What are the applications? We will learn about those. But first things first. Storage capacity, let me see if I can erase this now. So storage capacity, in early days, there were floppy disks, which used to store approximately 1.4 MB. Nowadays, you have a micro SD card, probably it'll be that size of a floppy disk. Micro storage devices, which can store approximately 1 terabyte now. Though it's a touch costly, it is very, very reliable. Do you know what? Sometimes I forget by putting SD card in my pocket, and my wife will wash it, right? She'll put in washing machine. After that, it is dried, it is ironed. And then when I wear the pant for the next time, and when I put my hand into the pocket, that is when I observe that, oh, SD card, I thought I misplaced. Then when I connect it to the laptop, it still works. Wow, right? That is how reliable it is. And then size has shrinked floppy disk to a micro SD card. It's such a small thing. And the cost. Back in 1980s, when I was born, the cost of 1 GB hard disk was approximately $1 million. And today, you get 30 GB free storage space if you open a Gmail account. So storing data is absolutely free now. Hence, organizations are storing. Size reduced, storage capacity increased. Companies are moving from traditional data centers to quantum computers. And the price has reduced from $1 million back in 1980s until now, right? And now it is absolutely negligible. Bombardier, right? They have something called as jet turbofan engine, which has 5,000 sensors, and it generates 844 terabytes of data in 12 hours of flight journey. And your laptops have, I think, max of 2 terabytes. So what is interesting is that you'll have one session to understand about big data Hadoop. How to store this data if the data is so large that it cannot even fit on one laptop. I'm speaking about one flight, 844 terabytes. And aviation industry has over 1 million flights which take off every minute, right? That would be humongous data. How do you even store that? Saudi Aramco, which is a, you know, probably one of the largest oil drilling firm on the planet, they have laid down 650 kilometers of new pipelines. How do they monitor that? Using sensors. There are 100,000 IoT sensors and data points. And one of the study predicts that by 2020, right, 1.7 MB of data will be created every second for every person on the planet. What do you think is the world's population, folks? Please, can you use the chat window? Anirudh, Diksha, Gajendra, Jagan, Anirudh, Krishna, Mamta, Menith, Nagarjun, Nivya, Ramil, Ramya, Girish, Ravi, Reddy, Sai Krishna, Siddhartha, Sri, Srihari, Swastik, Uttayan, Vikram, Jayasuriya. What do you think, guys? Okay, I see a few responses flowing in, I think. A minute says 9 billion, Diksha 7.7 billion. Anyone else, folks? It is approximately 7.5 billion. That means 7.5 billion multiplied by 1.7 MB every second. Multiplied by 60 if you want for 1 minute. Multiply it with 60 if you want for every hour. Multiply it with 24 if you want for every day. Multiply it with 365 for entire year if you include leap year 0.25. Humongous data will get generated. This is just tip of the iceberg. Let's look at what Gartner has to say. Average number of AI projects for a business has increased to 35 or will increase to 35 by 2020. Okay. And that would mean the annual revenues would increase from 1 billion to 3 billion. Simple as that. And AI suppliers grew 57% from 2017 to 2018. That means huge, huge demand. Data science is becoming a commodity, but artificial intelligence is still the niche. NASCOM, Blue Ocean, they say that India is reigning big data analytics with a value of 1.2 billion. And it places us among the top 10 big data analytics markets in the world. Eightfold increase is what we are looking at. That would mean jobs for everyone, and in this scarce market where there is demand supply mismatch, your salaries will be huge, obviously. Gartner says that by 2020, 30% of chief development officers will partner with the CFOs. In 90% of the corporate strategies, people are speaking about AI. And Power PricewaterhouseCoopers says that there will be 15.7 trillion market for AI by 2030. Accenture says that AI will add $957 billion to Indian economy. I'm not sure whether you're aware of the gross GDP, etc., gross domestic product. 15% of the contribution will come from artificial intelligence. People started looking at the images and they started realizing on what are the developed countries. Can anyone look at this image and comment on how do you determine on where you have the developed countries and where you do not have developed countries? Can anyone comment, please? Anyone? Let's see who will be able to answer this correctly. Anirudh, Diksha, Gajendra, Jagan, Jayasurya, Anirudh, Mamta, Menith, Nagarjun, Nivya, Ramil, Ramyagirish, Ravi, Reddy, Sai Krishna, Siddharth, Shrihari, Swastik, Uthian, Vikram. Anyone at all? Maybe the golden part resembles it. Europe and Middle East. Manit Rahul says, Swastik says with electricity developed. Okay. Diksha, okay, golden part. Uttav says those where there are lights are not developing, right? Ideally. By seeing the golden sparks is what Anirudh says. Okay, yes, absolutely, you got it. Bingo. So wherever you have a lot of light, that means there is a lot of electricity, right? Those would mean developed countries in some sense. But there are a lot of drawbacks to this, which are explained in this article in a very neat way. Stanford, one of the prestigious B schools, right? Okay, and one more interesting thing I found is that there is a startup, Netscape. They took 1 minute, only 1 minute, to raise $2.7 billion. And this company was in the space of artificial intelligence, or is in the space of artificial intelligence rather. Just cannot imagine, right? $2.7 billion in 1 minute. Yes, that is what AI is all about. Okay, so rather than going through this rigmarole of walking you guys through the entire thing, let me jump in and say, what is it that you will learn? First things first, Python and R programming for 8 hours. You have to undergo this before joining the AI training. Second, you'll also have big data, Hadoop introductory session, just for you to get a brief understanding. Third, you'll have a session on IoT because 60 to 80% of AI projects are supposedly done based on the data which is generated by IoT sensors, IoT video sensors, image processing sensors, speech sensors, so on and so forth. This will also be for roughly 2 hours. So that means you'll have basic understanding of all of these. Then we will jump in and explain about machine learning primer, which will be for roughly 4 hours to get you all up to speed with respect to the must know concepts before we proceed to AI and deep learning. You will learn about supervised, unsupervised, and time series techniques. Don't worry about what these mean. Those things will be discussed in machine learning primer. You learn about perceptron algorithm to deal with something called as linear problems, multi-layer perceptron to deal with something called as non-linear problems. Then there will be a separate session on image processing. How do you process an image? How do you process a video? How do you analyze those? One of those applications I'll show you in a bit from now, wherein in the next probably 10-15 minutes, I'll show you that, wherein we will identify and count the number of cars which cross a traffic signal, for example, right? Such kind of use case will solve. Then, sorry, here is where you learn about OpenCV, Open Computer Vision. That's a library that you learn, of course, using Python. This is also called as computer vision, because analyzing images and videos is very, very important. Yeah, Anirudh, so what we are doing is we are ensuring that no background of data science is required for you to pursue AI and deep learning. Hence, we are scaling up you by providing the free trainings on all of these aspects. So ideally, you will not find any difficulty in picking up the concepts of AI and deep learning. No difficulty absolutely whatsoever, right? And my name is this. Just you can replace D with B, and that would be my name. Yeah, absolutely, Jagan, right? Each and every concept we will discuss theory, and we will do it practically in the class. And the same code and data sets will be uploaded on a learning management system. And you will have access for the rest of your life for all these things, right? Recorded videos, training slides, data sets, code, everything, right? Then we will learn about convolution neural networks. We will learn about how to use pre-trained models, how to use only a few layers, so on and so forth. Recurrent neural network, long short-term memory, gated recurrent units, autoencoders, RBM, DBNs, GANs, deep dream, Q learning, reinforcement learning, all of those. Right. So you learn about all these concepts theoretically, and practically we will do it in class. Line by line, every line of code will be explained to you all. So logic, understanding the logic is extremely important, right? And this training will last for 60 hours. Okay. This training will last for 60 hours plus your Python and R programming, data science and IoT. So these will be for another 12 hours. So in total, the training will be for approximately 60 to 70 hours. Okay. But I think even before we jump into this, I will run that particular program and then show it to you guys. Let me see whether my friend, because on my system it's not working well, so we have another senior trainer available. Just give me 1 minute, folks. Over to my senior colleague. Yep. Can you please share your screen? Yeah, can you just run the code? All right, thanks for running. So look at that. So against each car, there is a bounding box, and that's a probability number, 0.98, 0.968, 0.9. When the car is far away, the probability is 0.8, 0.6, so on and so forth. But as and how the car nears, the probability is almost approaching 100%, right? In this way, if there's a traffic signal and if you want to count the number of cars which are crossing, you can do that, absolutely, right? So these are the kind of applications which we will build with respect to face recognition, eye recognition, counting the number of people, so on and so forth. That was just for your glimpse. Okay. So again, there will be theory followed by practicals. Each session will be recorded and you'll be given learning management system access for lifetime. What will this contain? It will contain videos, material, study material, assignments. Yeah, at the end of each session, you'll have assignments to do, friends. You have to do that. Then you'll have quizzes on LMS. This quizzes will help you prepare for your interview. All these are interview questions. And then you'll have the code, Python code and R code. And then you'll also have data sets, which we use for training. Okay. Third, once you're done with the training, you will be given an opportunity to attend the internship project. And you'll be working with a company called as INNODATATICS. INNODATATICS is a US-based consulting firm in the space of artificial intelligence. You'll be assigned a project. You'll have to work as a team. Not just that, we will also compete in Kaggle, crowd analytics, etc. Because here, if you're ranked in top 100, your job is guaranteed. So we will also take a stab at it. Then you'll be assigned with resume preparation session and soft skills. So a few of the people, do not have the soft skills required to crack the interview. There'll be a free session on soft skills preparation, how to fare well in the interview and all that. Once you get a job interview call, you send us the job description and have a one-to-one discussion with the trainer. Okay, you'll have a one-to-one discussion with trainer. And then next, after this one-to-one discussion with the trainer, you can fare well in your interview, absolutely no doubt about that. We have a separate placement department also who will help you get placed. Okay, you'll have a separate placement department. Then after you join any company, if you have any doubts, you will have opportunity to interact with us, right? You'll be part of the WhatsApp group. Throughout, you can keep posting your questions and we will answer your questions, right? So it's a lifetime journey with us. Then any new algorithm that is launched in the market, be rest assured that you guys will be the first of the folks to attend those webinars and learn about those new algorithms. Yep. All right. So now I will open up this session for questions. Do you have any questions? Whatever be your question, however small or however silly you might feel your questions are, please ask. Do not hesitate. Anirudh, Diksha, Gajendra, Jagan, Jayasurya, Mamta, Meneth, Nagarjun, Nivya, Ramil, Ramya Girish, Ravi, Reddy, Sai Krishna, Siddhartha, Shri. Any questions that you have? Uh, how to stay motivated. So we will be forcing you to stay motivated, Rahul. So what we do is there'll be a quiz on a daily basis that I ask you guys, and We will ensure that we make the learning so easy that you'll start loving AI, right? It'll be combination of various things, combination of videos, combination of interesting articles. So you'll be motivated. Don't worry from that perspective. Diksha, if you know 8th standard math, that is good enough, Diksha. If you know 8th standard math, that is good enough. Oh, I forgot. There'll be another session on mathematical foundations, which is part of the curriculum, right? So you need not worry. Whatever is required, whatever math is required for you to fare well in AI, in the space of AI, we will help you with that. If you have any doubts on any of your questions, etc., we are just WhatsApp away from you. And we also have a group, an email ID. I think it's assignments at 360digitmg.com. You can just drop an email and we will clarify your doubts. Will you show that card detection probability calculation practically and share them? Yeah, absolutely, Utayan. We will show the code, we will run each line of code, we will explain you on how it is getting calculated. Yep, you will do all that. Docs file, I'm not sure what do you mean by docs file. We will share the Python file with you and the dataset. Yeah. When classes are going to start is what Siddharth is asking. Ganesh, if you're there, would you mind putting the program timings and dates on the chat window? Yeah, we have classes on weekends. On weekends, classes are starting. Just a moment. First, let me ask Ganesh. 1 second. I'm just asking Ganesh to respond. Yeah, we do have classroom trainings and all those trainings. Separately, Anirudh. First, Python and R training will start off. Okay, we'll have Python and R training which will start off. This is not the intro class video. But this class video we will certainly share with you all. Okay, for that we would need your email IDs and phone numbers. I'm sensing that your single point of contact has that. No problem, Ramal. I will do that. I'll share it with you. And yeah, 9th November onwards, it is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekend batch. It will be on Saturdays and Sundays until you exhaust 60 hours or so. Yep, we also have morning batch. Ganesh, can you also post about the morning batch, weekday batch? No, you need not have knowledge about C or C++, Diksha. Yes, Jagan. We will nevertheless do it in R only for ANN, artificial neural network, but R is not that popular. And from 18 November onwards, it is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Weekday batch. Except for the free sessions on Python and R programming and IoT and big data, entire artificial intelligence training, starting right from machine learning primer to mathematical foundations, etc., will be taught by me. Okay, and diploma and BTech mechanical and integration. No worries, we'll have mathematical foundations. So those mathematical foundations will help you understand the concepts very well, Naidu. Morning weekday batches, I'll once again leave it to Ganesh to respond to that question. Yeah, sure, no problem. XLR has been now renamed to 360 Digit MG in Hyderabad. Yeah, reinforcement learning, Kavya, is very much part of the training. We'll learn about reinforcement learning. It'll be both, Jagan. For weekend, it'll be both classroom as well as online. Classroom will be in Hyderabad. In rest of the places, it'll be classroom online. All right. All right, friends. Then thank you so much. Good night, all. Yeah, from 18 November onwards, it'll be 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. also. So 18 November, morning batch, evening batch starts, and then weekend also starts on 9th November. Yeah, there are a lot of AI jobs for freshers because whenever there is a demand and supply gap, right, Naidu? Whenever there is demand supply gap, means demand is more, there are not a lot of people. That is when markets or companies accept freshers as well. And a lot of people are changing the domain to AI. I mean, you name it, you name it. I've seen even doctors, MBBS, doctors, oncologists attend this training because they want to look at, the tumor images, etc., and analyze the data. Uh, for fee, I think Ganesh will get back to you guys on that. Yep. Thank you so much, Anirudh. Yeah, Mahesh, absolutely. Spark is more to deal with big data, Kavya. So that will be just introduced to you guys, but we will not really touch upon Spark. For that, we have a separate training on big data and Hadoop. Big data, Hadoop, and Spark. Yeah, Mahesh, absolutely. And people with even 15 years experience are switching. It'll be 60 to 80 hours, GK Naidu. The training duration would be for 60 to 70 hours. Course content, we will share it with you on email. It's there on our website, but I'll share it with you. We will share it with you, Kavya. Okay. All right, folks, then thank you all so much. Enjoy. Yeah, thank you. Bye for now. In data science, you don't deal, Kavya, with images, videos, and speech transcripts, right? But here you do in AI. That's the difference.